This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So today I'm back with another for rent early access speed build. So that being said, that means that the software that we're looking at is not the final software. This is an early access copy of the game where they just give us a separate build of The Sims 4, including only the base game and the for rent expansion pack to create builds, create content in early access, check out the pack, see what we think. So this is not the final software, and that is also why you can see my username hopping around, my EA ID basically hopping around in the screen. And because this is sped up footage, the name kind of hops around a little bit faster, so that's why, but I hope it's not too annoying. Yeah, so just keep in mind that this is not the final software, and also I'm not using any other packs. I am solely focusing on the new pack, combined of course with base game. So for today's video, I am building family duplex homes, and I had a lot of fun with this build. This build is more family oriented, as the title might suggest as well. It is definitely a very family oriented build, whereas my other video that I uploaded yesterday were very small apartments, and there was one 2-bedroom apartment, but the rest of them were all 1-bedroom apartments, and I really wanted to create something with children in mind as well. So that is why I actually created these duplex homes. These duplex homes are slightly more spacious, though definitely still on the smaller side of things. Though these duplex homes do both have 3 bedrooms. So there is one main bedroom with an ensuite on the ground floor, and then there is also a hall bathroom on the ground floor, and then there are 2 more bedrooms on the second floor. The second floor, however, is very cramped for these ones, so there is no bathroom. I didn't have space for a bathroom up there, so I only have 2 bedrooms, hence the hall bathroom downstairs. So you should be all set for up to 4 Sims or more. You could obviously go ahead and create some shared bedrooms on the second floor for kids or teenagers or what have you. So you can have 4 Sims, but if you wanted to, you could have up to, I don't know, maybe 6 Sims total in these duplex homes. That would definitely be a little bit cramped, but it would fit. It's definitely possible. So for today's build, I'm actually building in not the downtown neighborhood, but the more suburban, serene, quiet neighborhood of the world, and it's very, very beautiful. This lot that I'm building on right now is not too close by a beach, I believe, but there are a lot of lots here in this neighborhood that have beaches very close by. It is so pretty. There is a really beautiful river. And there is a tiger sanctuary as well, which is a rabbit hole. They didn't actually create and animate tigers for this pack, but yeah, there is a tiger sanctuary that you can visit. I believe you can also sneak in at night, but there might be consequences if you do that. But yeah, there is a tiger sanctuary, which I think is so cute. So yeah, I really, really enjoy this neighborhood. I think I prefer this one over the downtown neighborhood, which is also really pretty, but when it comes to actually living in a neighborhood with my Sims for gameplay, I think I would prefer this one and then more so use the other one to visit. But it really obviously depends on your gameplay and on the household that you're playing with. So this is definitely more catering towards families with children, is what I was thinking. And for this build, I was definitely playing around with colors. I was really trying to make the most out of the windows that we got with this pack. They are not windows that I'm very used to using. Definitely not very familiar with this build style in general at all, but I do believe that these windows are very pretty, and I was trying to get the hang of them by using them a lot and also using different colors. So for this build, I actually decided to go for pink windows. So the framing on these windows is pink, like a dark pink. Maybe some people might say it's more red, but I think it kind of leans pink. It's a red that leans pink, maybe that's what you could describe it as. And I thought it was such a pretty color, so I decided for the exterior to go with the pink reddish windows combined with a white grayish brick on the ground floor and a pastel pink plaster on the second floor. So there's definitely some colors going on here. which is something I'm not too familiar with. Like sometimes I'll use colors for the exterior of my builds, but that'll usually be like a color for the paneling. So I'd do like a blue paneling or a green paneling combined with stone or brick that is going to be more neutral, but never really colored windows. Maybe on a crazy day, I'll use some shuttered windows with colored shutters. But for the rest, I'm very much a neutral girl, neutral color girl when it comes to building. I just really enjoy that. But for this one, I was trying to venture out a little bit, like get out of my comfort zone a little bit. And the world of Tamarang, which is the new world that's coming with the For Rent expansion pack, is very colorful in itself as well. So I really try to embrace that as well. Use a lot of greenery, especially in this neighborhood. There's a lot more greenery going on. It's very lush. There's a lot of palm trees, but also other like different types of trees, lots of plants and flowers and things. So I really try to embrace that and play around with some more landscaping and more greenery for this one, as opposed to the build that I uploaded yesterday, which were small apartments, like micro apartments almost. And you can see that at the front of the house, I was definitely trying to play around with some of the debug plants as well that we got in this pack. A lot of the debug plants in here are reused plants from either base game or there's also some island living debug plants in here. So from various packs, they just reused what was already there, but they definitely also created some new plants that I think are very pretty. I actually placed a couple of them at the front of the house to really like show them off. I really like the plant that I created a little planter with in the pathway leading up to the house. I think that plant is very beautiful. I did size it down, I think once, because it's really big, but it's really pretty, and it's definitely something I will probably get a lot of use out of because, well, like I said, it looks really beautiful. And I think it's a really pretty plant to use in general. There are also quite a few really cool pots in this debug that is coming with the For Rent expansion pack. There are some really beautiful, like really big pots and vases and things that I definitely used as well for some decorations out here at the front of the house as well. And then a lot of hedges. We have a beautiful fenced in backyard. So for these duplex houses, they have a shared backyard. I was gonna do like separate backyards, one small yard for each house. But then I was like, how cute would it be to have a communal backyard where the children can come together and play, and maybe the families can just come together for dinners or whatever. I thought that would be so cute to like have communal hangouts outside. Where you'll see your neighbors, because the way it works with these houses, you can, of course, assign each room to a unit. So per room, you can kind of go through, click them and assign them to a unit. And the same goes for the backyards, of course. So if you were to build in a way where the backyard is a room and you assign it to a unit, I do believe that if you, let's say you're playing in unit 1 and there is another family living in unit 2, you won't see the actual furniture in there. It's kind of like how apartments work in city living. Like you kind of assign them, but you're playing in one apartment, so you can't really see into the other apartments. That's kind of how it works with these multi-unit lots as well. You're playing in one unit, so you can't really see into the other units unless you travel to the other units, which does include loading screens. That is not something I'm upset about, actually, because I feel like, you know, if you're building a large apartment building that is very cluttered and where you have like 6 or maybe more apartments, if you're playing with the cheat, which this pack is going to come with a cheat to do more than 6 units per lot, I feel like it's actually nice to not be able to see into all the apartments at once, because that is so much to take in and it would make the game so incredibly laggy. So I'm not too mad about it. And also the fact that then there's like a loading screen if you want to hop in between apartments. I personally don't really mind that at all for like performance wise, because it's really going to help with performance on your computer. So it's definitely not something I'm upset over. But what I was going to explain is that is why I decided to go for a community backyard for this particular house, so that the families can come together and you can just kind of play as a shared space, and you can like see all the furniture and you can see all the people coming together. Otherwise, is there wouldn't really be any communal areas or shared spaces, as they're called in the game, for this build. So that is why I decided to make the backyard a shared space. But for the rest, they're two separate houses. And I only decided to actually furnish one of them. The other one I left empty. I did put like the kitchen counters in and the appliances and the bathrooms. So it's basically a move-in ready house that you're going to have to furnish yourself. But the floor plans are identical to each other, except they are, of course, mirrored. But for the rest, the floor plans are identical, so you can take some inspiration. Maybe if you want to move a sim into the unfurnished unit, you can take some inspiration from what I did on the other side and like create your own spin, like give your own spin to it, go crazy with your own decorating. I thought that would be fair. So yeah, there's one completely furnished one and one not furnished one that also has a different color scheme. You can obviously go through and like change the wallpaper and stuff if you want to create a fun color scheme for the other one as well. But yeah, I just thought that it would be fun to create the same floor plans, but just use the same wallpapers and tiles and things, but just in different colors. I thought that would be fun. So that is what I decided to do. These houses are actually pretty narrow. You can see that I'm playing around here with a tile for the kitchen. I am obsessed. I know I've said this in my previous video as well, but I'm obsessed with that tile. I think it's so pretty. There is a lot of different swatches to it, and it's very versatile. You can obviously use it in builds that are more like this style, this Southeast Asian style, but you can also use it in more modern suburban houses, for example. Like they're very versatile, which I really enjoy. And then also, again, of course, these kitchen counters, I cannot get over them. I think they're so pretty. Also, the tall cabinet, I think is really fun. They're so nice and cluttered, and I don't know, there's something about that tall cabinet. Maybe it's because there's books in them. I just really enjoy them. And then the half cabinet is an open one. So if you were to place two of them next to each other, they look a little bit repetitive. But what I did was I placed another one. I just turned it around. I had move objects on when I was building this. So I just, I rotated one of the smaller cabinets and merged it with another one to kind of make it look like it's closed. It's not perfect, but at least it's a little bit better than have it like repeat itself. I feel like right next to each other, that always looks a little silly and it kind of bugs me sometimes. So that is something I tried to do to get rid of that. But here I really focused on creating a very colorful space here, very friendly, very inviting and family oriented. So that is what I decided to do. I'm trying to think of what I did for like the different bedrooms. Of course, there's one bedroom downstairs with an ensuite, which is the main bedroom for the parents. And then upstairs, I think I did a teenager's room and a kid's room for this one. I don't think I did a shared bedroom moment for this one, but you'll see once we move to the upstairs bedrooms that they are actually pretty spacious. So if you wanted to turn it into a shared bedroom or two shared bedrooms even, you can definitely go ahead and do that. I did also put oh right, that's what I did. I put a crib in the parents' room because the parents' room is kind of spacious. So I was kind of, I just decided that they would have a newborn, or either that or a baby on the way. So I put a newborn crib in their bedroom, and also I placed a high chair in preparation for the new baby here at the downstairs dining table as well. So that's what I decided to do. And for the rest, I use a lot of the new furniture items in the light wood swatch, which is definitely my favorite. There is something about light wood that just makes me really happy. So I decided to use that in here as well. And then I obviously combined it with some base game items, trying to mix and match because this is a only base game and for rent build, of course. But yeah, speaking of which, let me know if you're excited for this pack. Now, EA was generous enough to give me an affiliate code, which is a code that supports me as a creator that you can use when you purchase any The Sims 4 packs. So it goes for all packs and kits and also bundle, except for build your own bundle. You can use code SimmarySims at checkout. It's not a discount code, but it will give me a 5% share of your purchase. So it is a code that is not a discount code for you. I really want to express that, but it is a code that helps me as a creator because I get a small percentage of your purchase. And so if that is something that you're interested in, that is a way to support me as a creator. So you can use the code SimmarySims for all your Sims 4 purchases on the EA desktop app or on thesims.com. So please don't feel pressure to use it, but it is something that you can do if you want to. But yeah, for the rest, here you can see that we are coming close to finishing decorating the living room space. It's basically an open floor plan with a kitchen, dining, and living room space. And yeah, I really tried to clutter this one up a little bit more because obviously it is for a young family, or maybe not necessarily a very young family, but just a family. So I figured they'd have some clutter. I'm obsessed with this dish rack. There's a new decorative dish rack item that comes with this, with the For Rent expansion pack. And I think it's so, so cute. So I decided to use that here. And then we also have a tea kettle. There's 2 variants of the tea kettle. And I'm so happy that we have that item now because they're so common to me. I have a tea kettle. All my life I have owned a tea kettle, so I'm so excited that we finally have a functional one in the game now. It is something that I really have been wanting for years. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. So we have a tea kettle, and then there's also a pressure cooker as far as appliances, and then there's also a small dishwasher and a mini fridge as well. I didn't get a lot of use out of the mini fridge for the builds that I did in early access because mainly I just decided to use regular fridges for my kitchens. But if you were to create really small, like micro apartments or tiny homes or what have you, then there is a new fridge coming with this pack, a new mini fridge that is, which I think is really cool because so far we've only gotten mini fridges with, I think it was the university pack. So I'm very happy that we have another one now, like another one with a different pack. But yeah, here you can see we are getting started on the parents' bedroom. It is actually really spacious, which is why I decided to turn it into a half a nursery as well, because the other 2 bedrooms upstairs are obviously already taken by the teenager and the kid. And so for this newborn, for now, like for the time being, the newborn can stay with the parents, and then maybe at some point the teenager will move out to college or what have you, and then the little, the newborn or maybe even toddler at that point can move into the bedroom upstairs, or, you know, maybe the teenager and the kid are going to have to share at some point so that the youngest sibling can get their own room. Like that would make a lot of sense as well. But here I'm using some very colorful curtains. These purple curtains are definitely my favorite swatch. I think they're really pretty. And there are quite a few dressers coming with this pack. There are 2 tall dressers and 1 lower dresser that I actually turned into a makeshift changing table for this room because we do have an infant, or like a newborn and then soon to be infant, of course. Unfortunately, there are no changing tables in the base game. So I just decided to do my good old makeshift changing table trick where I just kind of merge an ottoman into the dresser, and it works really well with this new dresser coming with For Rent. And then also there's this really cute tiger plushie that I'm obsessed with. It is, I believe you can only find it in the live edit or debug. I think it's live edit menu when you activate your cheats to find it, because, or maybe it's an unlockable, maybe it's under unlockable items. I'm not exactly sure, but I do think that you get the little tiger plushie when you make a contribution to the Tiger Sanctuary, I believe, or maybe when you adopt something. I think it's when you make a contribution, like when you donate to the Tiger Sanctuary, but I might be wrong there. But it has something to do with the sanctuary at least. I did in early access, I did mainly build, like I did a little bit of gameplay to see how some things worked, but I really wanted to focus on, you know, on the building aspect of it all, since that is what I mostly do here on my channel as well. I really do want to do some gameplay, of course, as well when the pack actually comes out and I get to actually use it in my personal Sims 4 game. Aside from this, like, because this is obviously like a separate version of the game with just the base game, it's an early access version, but when I actually get to use the pack in my own game, I'm really excited to get started on either like a new Let's Play or just use it with my existing Not So Berry challenge that I am playing over on Twitch. So if that is something you're interested in, that is what I will be using it for as well. I'm very excited about that. I actually built a Not So Berry house, in preparation for this pack to come, because that is a double unit, like a 2-unit townhouse. And I've been playing in it already, but as soon as I have my hands on this pack in my actual game, then I can use it and actually convert it into a residential rental, which is something I've really been looking forward to. But you can see that we have moved on to the second floor of the house, and there is a small balcony out front. If you really wanted to add another bathroom to this house here on the second floor, you can definitely get rid of those balconies and add them to the house and create a small bathroom that way. That is definitely something you can do, but I really like the look of the balconies out front for the exterior of the house, so that is what I decided to do. But yeah, you can see that we have a small landing here with a little seating area and just some decorative knickknacks. And then I moved on to the teenager's bedroom. I always struggle so much with teens' bedrooms when I'm doing a limited pack builds. And for this one, I'm obviously using only base game in the new pack, and so lots of base game went into this room, and I just really struggle with teenager base game bedrooms for some reason. I feel like we have gotten so many cool teenager items with different packs that it's always a little bit difficult for me to, to create a bedroom with a lot of personality for a teenager when I only have to use when I only have the base game basically to use with 1 or 2 packs that are not necessarily catered towards teenagers. So that was a struggle, but I do think it turned out really cute. I went for some fresh light colors in here. We have the bright orange or like peachy colored plaster in here, which is a new plaster that comes with a For Rent expansion pack. And then I combined it with a lot of lighter wood colors and also some pinks and purples. So it's definitely more on the colorful side of things. I also gave them a fishbowl. I don't know why, but I've recently been very obsessed with a fishbowl. So I decided to put a fishbowl in the teenagers' room. I hope that is okay. And then for the rest, the room is pretty standard. These builds in general that I did with the early access aren't necessarily extremely cluttered. I did that on purpose because, for one, I don't have that much clutter to pick from with it being a limited pack build, but also I really wanted them to be functional for gameplay so that you can, when you get your hands on this pack, you can easily download these builds off the gallery, and you can use them for your own gameplay. They're easy to personalize to your own Sims or like households specific needs, personalities. It's pretty easy to go through and just kind of like change things up, change up color schemes, add packs, like add items from different packs that you maybe own, that you maybe want to combine. But yeah, I made this room really colorful, and I think I did an all right job making it look like it was supposed to be for a teenager. I think it turned out all right. And then here I decided to embrace the children's bedroom set from the base game to its full content, because it is very base game oriented, this room, but I really like it. It's very colorful. I used a lot of purple in here. It's very matchy, and then I combined it with some yellow and orange, which I always think is a really pretty color combination. But I just went through and placed some items that I thought might be useful for a kid. We have some toys in here. We have a creativity table. And then I feel like the backyard is really cute for children as well. The backyard is not too big. Oh, also one really cute item is this glass pot where they can collect marbles, because there is a marbles game activity coming with this pack as well as hopscotch, which I think is really cute. And I can't get over the fact that adults can also use the hopscotch, and they actually gain the fitness skill from that. I tried that in the game, and it's so cute to see the adults just like playing the hopscotch and then they gain fitness from it. I think that's a very, very fun way to work on your fitness skill. But out here is a small balcony. Both houses have a door leading on to that shared tiny little balcony. It's really small, so it's not really very usable, but it does look pretty cute. And it's a room where maybe teenagers can sneak out and come together secretly on the balcony, you know? I thought that was a cute idea. And then here we have a communal backyard. So both houses have a sliding glass door going onto the back porch. There is a small dining table here. They have some outdoor bins here as well. And I am obsessed with these plastic chairs that are coming with this pack. I don't know why, but they look so familiar to me. It is definitely something I've seen in real life before. I feel like those are the basic plastic furniture, outdoor furniture chairs that pretty much everybody has, I feel, at least around me. So they are so cool to use. There are a few swatches that are like a little bit run down and rusty looking in a way where it looks like the chairs have been outside for a long time. You know, that is something I really enjoyed. And there's a new grill coming with this pack as well. I placed the grill here out on the terrace, and I really like how this grill looks for some reason. It is very different from the ones that we already have. So that was a lot of fun. And then out here, I also placed the Monkey Jungle bars for the kids to play with. We have a nice picnic table. I, of course, placed the hopscotch and a couple of benches, and then also the marbles. That circular, like that little circle thing that I placed on the terrace is the marbles game. So that is something that your Sims can use as well. And I put down a few lounge chairs so your Sims can just hang out in the yard and do some lounging around. We have some shared planter boxes as well, and a woodworking bench. So I really try to place as many skill building items as I could so that there is enough to do for your Sims, and it makes it cute. It makes it look like a cute, functional, shared backyard space, you know? I thought that was really cute. But that's basically it for this build. So let's jump into the game, and I will quickly show you the house in real time. So here we have the duplex houses in the game. I really try to blend them in with the lush environment. As you can see, I didn't really have a lot of space around the house for landscaping because the house does take up most of the space, but I really tried to do the best that I could by making it very lush. We have a lot of plants and flowers out front, for example. And then in the back here, we have obviously some more landscaping, some hedges and things, and some palm trees as well. So I feel like it looks very inviting and definitely quite family oriented, family friendly. So when we check out the inside, you can see that I turned it into two separate units. We have the first unit over here on the left and the second unit over here on the right. This one is completely unfurnished, except for the stuff that you could maybe usually find in a rental. So the kitchen is already there. The bathrooms are already there as well. But for the rest, it is completely unfurnished. So this is ready for your Sims to move in, and then you can furnish it yourself and really create a space for the household for your Sims. And then over here on this side is the furnished unit. So there is a small entryway space when you first walk into the house with a staircase and just a nice entryway area where you can hang your coat and stuff like that. And then through here is the open kitchen, living, and dining room space. So I love that this kitchen's a little bit more spacious. I had a little bit more room to play around with the kitchen set for this build compared to the one that I shared yesterday with the small apartments. So you can definitely tell that this one's catered towards a family. It's a little bit more spacious. We have a nice dining table set up over here as well. I layered some rugs, which I always feel like looks really playful. And then over here is the living room space. So we have a TV in the corner and just a cozy little area for your Sims to hang out. Then over here is a small hallway that I turned into an office. So we have a really wide, big desk here with a family computer. And then off of the office, we have the hall bathroom. So the shape of this one is a little bit wonky, but I really do enjoy how it turned out. There is a shower in here and then a sink, of course, the squat toilet, and I really enjoy this shelf storage unit. I think it's really, really unique and really cool. So I placed that in the bathroom here as well. And then over here is the parents' room. So the parents' room is pretty basic, but I added some color to the room by using these purple curtains that I think are so pretty. So they have their bed over here, a dresser, and then over on this side of the room is where the baby sleeps or will sleep. So there's a small crib here and some toys. And I'm absolutely obsessed with this tiger plushie. It is so, so cute. And the parents have an ensuite bathroom with a shower tub combo, so it gives you an opportunity to bathe your toddler or infant if you needed to. Then upstairs here we have a small landing which leads you into the teenager's room. The teen's room is quite spacious, so you could easily turn this one into a shared space or a shared room. I mean, like a shared bedroom if you wanted to. They have a desk and a dresser and just some regular knickknacks. And then next to the teens room is the kids room, which is also very playful and colorful. They have some toys here, a creativity table as well, and a dresser, of course, in here. And then outside, this is where we have the shared space, the shared backyard, which I think is really cute. So there's a dining dining table out here on the back porch. And for the rest, I really tried to place a lot of activities in here. So there is a grill, a seating area, a monkey jungle bar for the kids, an easel over here. We have tons of planter boxes that I filled with plants, but you can obviously delete those and actually use them. We have marbles and hopscotch and even a woodworking bench. So there's plenty for your Sims to do out here, I feel like. But that's basically it for this build. So this build is not on the gallery yet, but it will be as soon as the pack comes out. But that's gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can go ahead and download this build off the gallery as soon as the For Rent expansion pack comes out. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!